You spend far too much time with your computer. It's not healthy.
It's my life.
That's so very, very sad.
Anyone with eyeballs can tell you that Sonichu sucks, but I don't think a lot of people can really put their finger on why exactly it sucks. Fortunately, I can, and this in the next intro is going to go over why. Let's start with something a bit more obvious. Chris's art. The whole aesthetic of Sonichu is what I like to call hand-drawn MS Paint. Everything looks like it was drawn by a child because, in a way, it kinda still is. Except now, he's like 20, 30 years older. Chris believes that his quote-unquote style is absolutely perfect and has absolutely no need to improve whatsoever. This pretty much flies in the face of any serious artist who knows that their work is nowhere near perfect, ever. There's also the materials he uses, namely copy paper, pens, CRAYOLA markers. Play it.
The real metal has been made out of CRAYOLA, fucking model magic, and acrylic paints. If I wanted paper, I would go to Walmart and pay $5 for 500 sheets.
Chris also claims to use Photoshop for adding the text blocks, but he's only been seen using Adobe Photo Deluxe, which is a predecessor to Adobe Photoshop Elements. Either way, it's not actually Photoshop. And even though we discussed it earlier, Chris can't even trace right. I'm not going to show too many examples because they're spoilers for future issues, but I will tell you that Chris traces these images using something called a Reflect-A-Sketch, a toy that was discontinued. Oh, and one more thing before we get to the comic. You're probably thinking at this point that it can't get any worse than what I've already told you. But, alas, it does. Because Chris holds pencils like this. I don't think I need to say any more. I think most of the issues with Sonichu could have been solved if somebody taught Chris how to hold the pencil correctly. So let's get started by looking at the cover.
Oh, shit. Alright, so who wants to be who?
I will read Sonichu. Who wants to read Sonic?
Oh boy. Coin flip?
Coin flip.
So your tails, I'm Sonic.
Yeah.
Heads.
Cool, I'm Sonic.
Alright.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Sonic, yes!
Is that supposed to be your clone?
No! Cherry Cola! I know it looks like my clone, but trust me, it's a bottle of Cherry Coke!
Chemical X? I love how we read that exactly backwards.
When we originally tried to do this, I talked about the Z theory of graphic design, and I'm not going to...
Why don't you discuss that?
What was that?
Because we missed it the first time.
Okay, so then I'll explain Z theory now. Basically, the whole idea behind Z theory is that whenever you look at anything, your eye immediately goes to the top left part of the page. And this translates to comics as well. That's why typically in American comics, when you read left to right, so are the text bubbles.
Yeah, you read left to right, then top to bottom.
Yeah, that's also why manga is quote unquote backwards. It's because over there they read right to left, and so the whole comic is written right to left, and so are the speech bubbles. Chris doesn't think about that at all. But like I think I said this before, that he basically draws the page and then he draws the text bubbles.
Yeah, no, he doesn't use pencil at all. He starts in pen and then colors it in.
Yeah, CRAYOLA.
CRAYOLA model magic.
Oh my god, don't remind me.
I'm gonna remind you because that's issue 2. That's next issue.
Something I'd like to point out to the general audience. Between issues, I got sucked into the world of Chris Chan, and holy shit, it is a hole that I wish I never went into.
Why do you think we're drinking?
Aren't you glad we're friends?
Yeah.
I'd like to point out that we're not even in the actual comic yet. We're still on the cover page.
All right, why don't we move on before I start crying?
Episode 4: Black Sonichu in Darkness, Speed and Lightning, with an accidental dose of Cherry Cola.
Oh yeah, Death Heads blot you.
Ah, fuck.
No, we have to pick 3 new characters. Since Jake's gone, I will be Nate Cirque. I will do my best Jake impression.
All right, do you want to be Robotnik or Giovanni?
Jeffhead was Giovanni last time, and he did a good job.
All
Oh,
right, then
yeah.
I'm Eggman. Oh yeah, I don't remember because I was drinking way too much.
Exactly.
And you weren't even drinking that much this far in.
That's true. Anyway.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun one. This is gonna be even better than last time.
It's it.
You say that now.
Oh god, I just jinxed it.
Even though you have lost your battle with that hedgehog, Sonichu, I am proud that you were able to obtain a sample of his DNA, then located the base of Dr. Ivo Edman Robotnik. Needless to say, after I showed him the photo of that Pokemon, he was astounded. And we shook in agreement of Dr. Robotnik's reconstruction of the DNA machine that was found on New Island. Soon we will have a Sonichu of our own to send out and defeat the originale. Nay, such our victory is assured. Or I am not Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket. Heh.
Exposition dump the comic. Also, I had no idea that was a speech bubble. To be quite honest, I thought that was narration. Like when you started reading, I was like, is he a page ahead? And then I started reading along. I was like, oh, Giovanni's saying that. And I kind of lost my shit.
Yeah.
Like silently lost my shit in the corner. Okay, when I start drinking, I lose track of things. So it's not unusual for me to start losing my shit, but I've learned to do it silently.
It's not unusual to lose your shit in the stream. It's not unusual
Anyways,
to cry
next
at
page.
this.
Next page.
DNA strands and a can of cherry cola. Hey, Bill, bring the DNA sample to the machine. Okay. Whoops!
Remember Bill, he'll be an important character for the rest of the series.
Uh-oh. Oh, well.
Don't bother getting a new specimen, just
Yeah, no,
make-
like don't stress the fact that you just contaminated.
Basically, Chris is taking Bill from Pokemon and reducing him to, like, this idiot. When this is a guy
Yeah, no,
who...
he just like straight up contaminates some DNA and just rolls with it as if nothing happened, as if the carbonated sugar monstrosity
In the actual
known
fucking
as Coke.
Pokemon games, this guy's the genius who built the PC. You guys ever see Pokemon the first movie?
yes.
That's the one with Mewtwo, right?
Yeah. Analyzing data, adding inputted data. Pokemon identified, began cloning sequence. Maybe it's the liquid, but this Sonichu looks black to me. I have no
I
idea
love how-
who the fuck I am.
I love how Nate Cirque is so dumb. He looks at a green vial of liquid, a glowing green vial of liquid, and assumes it just makes Sonichu look black.
Yeah. I mean, for all we know, it's blue. Sonichu. Nay search. Powerful counterpart? What information are these fools trying to brainwash me into? I'll do whatever I please, but I'll play along.
You are a Sonichu. You obey only Giovanni and his son, Nate Cirque. You are dark, evil, and very powerful. When awakened, you will seek and fight your original counterpart. Also, you will have a love interest in like 3 issues.
Wait a minute. Edge's, or Shadow's, love was Maria, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And she died, like, I think 50 years before the start of
And
the game.
Shadow still won't get the fuck over it.
So who
Okay,
the
to be fair, when an
Finally, I
organization
can
just...
get revenge!
Okay, in Shadow's defense, it's kind of asinine when the government kicks down your door and guns down your love interest.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there.
Well, Robotnik, here is the results of your skill and our genius. What your opinion?
He reminds me of another creature
Wait,
I
who am
released
I?
years
I thought I
ago.
was Eggman.
Alright, go.
You motherfucker. You stop stealing my lines. What am I doing here?
Whose line is it
Stealing
anyway?
other people's lines, you jerk. He reminds me of another creature I released years ago, but I'm sure this Sonichu is much stronger. Let's release him.
Yes, drain the fluid and raise the tube.
I'm not sure, but he looks black to me. Oh well, he'll still shock that electric hedgehog Pokemon. I'm basically voicing him like a Red Letter Media character now.
What order are we supposed to be reading these speech bubbles in?
Look, it
I
doesn't
really
fucking
don't
matter.
know.
Chris sucks at this.
I think I pointed this out, but with that line going to Giovanni that looks like a kite. Why does it look like a kite?
I don't fucking know. I think he fucked up the arrow.
Because in this way, Mr. K will challenge the world.
Mega Man's newest villain, Kite Man. I'm willing to bet that's a thing.
Oh, I totally bet that too.
No, he's the Batman villain. I'm mildly surprised.
You think you can get away with saying that shit over the phone, Sonichu? But if you were here, I would pound you to a pulp. Start pounding, Nate Zirk. Ah!
A couple weeks ago at Lance, we had character workshops where we just like worked on characters and getting characters into our mind. And one of the activities we had was to secretly pick a comic book character in our mind, and then we were asked 20 questions, and people.
Why did you pick Sonichu?
No. It's even better. It's even better. Like looking up Kite Man reminded me of this. Like people had to guess whether or not we were a hero and a villain, and then try to guess who we were. And you want to know who I picked?
Who?
It's not Christian related. It's a Spider-Man villain named The Wall. You know what his power is?
He's a wall.
Being an animate brick wall. He shows up for one issue to just piss off people. Like,
I think I know what you're talking about.
The whole thing.
I think I saw it somewhere too.
Is that the guy who goes around pissing off people at the baseball game?
Yes, that's his entire backstory. Like a pile of bricks basically crushes him, and instead of dying, he turns into the wall, and he just goes around and pisses off he goes onto the baseball field and just interferes with the New York Mets, and the umps are completely okay with it.
They're okay with it.
They're just like no.
Well, of course they'd be okay with it. They're still getting paid.
Where's the next page?
I did.
Oh! I forgot to mention. You want to know who wrote The Wall? Like who created The Wall?
Stan
Christian
Lee.
No, Tom Whedon.
Who?
Tom Whedon, Joss Whedon's father.
Who?
Oh my.
Joss Whedon's father.
Oh my
the
God.
guy who wrote Age of Ultron.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Who?
Oh my God. Mediocre runs in the family.
Yeah.
Boss, I'm reading the brainwaves of the Pokemon. They're racing. Yes, sir.
Next page. Before we get distracted by more shitty Marvel villains.
Yes, I'm running out of drink.
Get more.
This is my only bottle of Viking blood.
Beep, beep, beep. He is black. Well, I'll just call him Black Sonichu. Huh?
That's fine with me. But let's just shorten that to Blachu. Deal?
Deal. My name is Nate Zirk. I am your master. This is my father, Giovanni. Do not cross him. And that's Dr. Robotnik. Why is it in parentheses? That's my question. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, does he, like, lean into Blachu's ear and be like, do not cross him? It's free real estate.
No. It's free real estate.
Yeah, I really don't know why it's in parentheses. Because usually that thing will be in, like,
It usually, parentheses usually indicate whispering.
Okay, yeah. Because asterisks are like internal monologues, right?
It depends.
Yeah.
Also, can we talk? Okay, read the rest of the dialogue.
My pleasure to make your acquaintance, Black Sonichu.
Acquaintance.
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 Mine as well. Please accept these rocket boosters on your first birthday present,
Okay.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay, before we go to the next page, can we talk about how hilarious Eggman looks? You know what? I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm gonna Photoshop that on like Eggman, on like various Eggman things.
Do it.
Yeah.
Like on the egg carrier, I'm just gonna Photoshop that face.
Also, I love how he has goggles on his forehead and over his eyes. Is that how
Yeah.
it is?
No. Pretty sure not.
It's like that. It's like that one episode of Gumball where they go off. Where they,
Oh no. Okay.
Where
The
they
more recent
face
depictions,
off
yeah,
against like the '80s tennis team. They have like they were wearing a sweater, and they also have a sweater around their waist.
Yeah. No. Okay. I'll give Chris Chan credit where credit is due. Apparently, Eggman wears sunglasses on his face and then goggles on his head.
Black Sonichu's rocket boosters, speed increase. That's gonna be the thing for like this session. It's just gonna be me whispering everything in parentheses. Come, Blatchu. We will brief to you your mission, birth, and training.
Wait, we need to brief him on his birth?
Wait, Blatchu, why are you so angry with me?
I was always angry.
3 hours later.
Lights on. So, Bletchu, if you have any questions, please ask now. Yes, sir. So, if I was cloned from Sonichu's DNA, shouldn't that make him my father? Also, why am I not black and yellow? Astounding questions, Bletchu. With all due respect, I will not refer to Sonichu as your father, but more as your brother. But do not ever look up to him. As my scientist, Bill, reported that he spilled some CRAYOLA on your DNA strands. The red and black chemicals must have overwritten the brown and yellow pigments. Any other questions?
Hey, Dad,
Yeah.
I have a question.
What?
Okay, actually, I have two questions. First question, why isn't Bill fired?
I don't know. For some reason, we keep him around just because. He makes us laugh at the office.
Is he just like that one guy who orders the pizza party every Friday?
Yeah.
Apparently,
There's
because
one
I
where he
received
kept
some rent.
No, he. The truth is that he's actually super smart, and he's been intentionally sabotaging Giovanni and the rest of the Nate Cert crew since the very beginning. Can that be the plot twist, please?
That would be a great
That
plot
never
twist.
happens, though.
Please, I'm holding out hope that this will actually be entertaining.
Wait, you
Keep hoping.
expect a Chris Chan comic to be entertaining?
Look, this comic is entertaining for one reason, and that is we're reading it.
That's fair.
We're reading it
Yeah,
as a group. If we read it on our own, it would be nowhere near as entertaining.
Yeah, and to be fair, the drinks are helping the suffering.
Yeah.
Dude, I even had a black joke lined up, and you guys just completely screwed up the timing now.
Sonic's black because of mistakes, or Blatchu is black because of mistakes.
Okay, next page.
Happy? All right. Giovanni, I've searched online and I found data on Sonichu. Surprisingly,
it.
the internet has this information.
Haven't you ever heard of Wikipedia?
Dude, I don't think Wikipedia has a page on Sonichu.
You all bet on that?
No.
Okay, you know what? Story time. There is a TV tropes page of Sonichu. But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is that it is
Oh,
locked
thank
down.
God, there's no Sonichu page.
Is that the edit page is locked down because there have been edit wars all over as far as Sonichu is concerned.
That is fair.
Mm-hmm.
So no one is ever allowed to edit the Sonichu page for TV tropes. The only other thing I know of that this has happened for as far as TV tropes is concerned is Gamergate.
Yeah, that's fair.
Excellent, Robotnik. Now we can compare these statistics with Black Sonichu's and make him much stronger and faster. What's this on the other page?
Dad, you forgot something.
What's that?
Apparently, it was reported to Professor Oak by a Pokemon trainer named Kel. Oh, that still makes no sense.
Yeah.
No, it's apparently.
Oh, apparently.
I thought it was
That's
so.
Sonichu. Also an electric hedgehog Pokemon. I also learned that she is Sonichu's girlfriend. Yes,
Perfect.
Giovanni. Ha ha ha.
Dad? Dad, how is that relevant?
Perfect. Now we have a plan to lure Sonichu into a trap. After training Black Sonichu, we'll kidnap Roastu. Haha. Good work. Now make a machine to drain Sonichu's power, Dr. Robotnik. That is why, Nasich. That is why this is perfect.
Black Sonichu's training. Speed test. Result. 200 kilometers per hour. Strength test. Punch. Result. Destroyed 20 tons. Spin dash test. Result. 200 rotations per minute. Target practice. Result. 99.5% accurate.
Oh yeah, well, do we want to discuss the first two panels?
Okay, so do you guys remember exactly what that second panel is supposed to be?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Now that I'm looking at it, slightly less drunk, I can actually tell what it is.
Slightly.
Yeah, with me being more drunk, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, basically, Nate Cirque got the female Team Rocket person's clothes, and the Team Rocket person basically got the tree because now she's naked.
It's a
That's
joke!
a woman?
Yeah.
That's a woman?
Yep. The fuck did my handle go? Hold on, I'm getting another drink.
You know Radimir's drunk when shit starts disappearing. Don't ask him where his minions went, though. Those have a mind of his own.
Why are you going over there?
Yo, what the fuck?
All right, go.
I heard the clink.
Yep.
That was mine,
Oh,
for sure.
a perfect
that
sound
was-
for tonight. Here are the requests you requested, sir. I know I fucked up that line. Just go with it.
Excellent.
I'd like to point out that these are all Pokemon stats, but they don't read like Pokemon stats.
No, they don't. Well, they seem to be similar, but Black Sonichu has greater strength.
Yes, it looks like he is ready for the mission.
I agree. He may be a glass cannon, but he sure does pack a punch.
And so, on to the next page where we have this clearly traced drawing, and you can tell it's traced because it doesn't look like absolute shit. I mean, it still looks like shit, but at least it looks better than everything else, and that's how you know it's traced.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Black Sonichu, please report to my office immediately. It's time for your mission.
I guess my training is complete. It's time to prepare for my encounter with
Nope, you
my...
got
No, the Eno counter.
Oh, Eno counter, my brother Sonichu.
Eno
Apparently
counter.
I'm still...
Eno counters of the third kind. That's my favorite movie.
We already saw the next ad, so we can skip that.
No,
Yeah.
but we haven't. Oh no, I still want Deathhead to talk about it because we never got his thoughts on before. So Dave, do you
all
want?
I have to...
So Dave, I think you
Yeah.
already saw it, but please tell us the first thing you notice.
Add Ansay.
Motherfucker, you will get the best handheld system ever right. It is the Game Boy Advance.
Really, because it looks like the Adance.
Adance. That sounds like a sexy foreign word.
That sounds like
Yeah, doesn't it?
Adance, a dance.
And then I'd like to
That's
point out-
that's something
Adance.
That's something Sonichu will say before he steals your wife.
This would be so much easier if you didn't use MS Paint.
Actually, I think I brought this up before, but he uses a very outdated version of Photoshop.
That's right.
Mm.
So
That
he
makes
might
it
as,
even worse.
which, if I'm correct, equates to the modern standards of MS Paint.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because like MS Paint nowadays is actually not terrible for quick jobs. It's actually perfect.
Yeah.
No, like for quick jobs, it's perfect. It has everything you need to do simple editing.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you have like Windows 10.
Yeah.
Well, especially with that creator update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of pixel art artists like to use it too. For what reason, I can't possibly fathom.